When the world expects you to follow the script, to be agreeable, quiet, polished, or predictable, do you shrink to fit in, or do you choose to show up exactly as you are? Today, we're diving into the lives of three bold, brave, and unapologetically authentic women, a global pop icon, a Disney heroine of the sea, and a rebellious Scottish princess, to understand what it really means to live with fearless authenticity. Let's begin with Lady Gaga. If there's anyone who's redefined what it means to be different and made the world fall in love with that difference, it's her. When Gaga burst onto the music scene, she wasn't just wearing meat dresses or wielding disco sticks for attention. She was sending a message. You can't define me. She's been called too much, too weird, too out there. But instead of shrinking to fit in, she expanded, and not just in style, in substance. Behind the glam is a woman who has battled chronic pain, anxiety, depression, and still stood tall. Her vulnerability became her power. She didn't hide her scars. She wore them with pride. Her message, you are enough, exactly as you are. Gaga teaches us this: authenticity isn't about being loud, it's about being true. Even when that truth makes others uncomfortable, even when it costs you approval, and when you dare to be true to yourself, you give others permission to do the same. Now, let's talk about Moana. From the very beginning, Moana knows she's different. While everyone else is content to stay on the island, she hears something deeper, a call pulling her beyond the reef. Following that call means challenging tradition, disappointing her father, and facing fears she's never known. She doesn't have superpowers. She's not trained for adventure. All she has is a quiet, unwavering voice that whispers, I was made for more. She listens. She fails. She doubts. She struggles. But she keeps going because she knows that fitting in would mean giving up who she really is. And because she stays true to that inner compass, she doesn't just find herself. She saves her people, Moana reminds us. Authenticity isn't about rebellion. It's about alignment. When your outer actions reflect your inner truth, that's when your life becomes powerful. And finally, we have Merida from Brave, the fierce redhead who won't be tamed. In a world that demands obedience and perfection, Merida dares to say no. No to marriage, no to tradition, no to the future others planned for her. She rides, she shoots arrows, she shouts. And yes, she messes up badly. She literally turns her mother into a bear. But even in that chaos, her heart is clear. She wants to live life on her own terms. Merida's story shows us that authenticity isn't always smooth. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it means hurting people, learning hard lessons, and coming back to make it right without losing yourself. And sometimes the people who misunderstand you the most are the ones who love you the most. That doesn't mean you're wrong, it just means you're leading the way. So what's the takeaway? Authenticity isn't always glamorous. It can be lonely, it can be inconvenient, it can feel like too much, but it's also the source of your deepest strength. Like Gaga, you may be called strange. Like Moana, you may feel like the only one who hears the call. And like Merida, you might shake the system. But each of these women proves something powerful. True confidence doesn't come from being accepted, it comes from being real. So next time you're tempted to play small, to smile and nod, to stay silent just to belong, ask yourself, would Gaga dim her light? Would Moana stay on the shore? Would Merida curtsy and stay quiet? Or would they stand tall, boldly, bravely, and claim the life that was meant for them? Be brave enough to be seen, be bold enough to be heard, and above all, be you. Thanks for joining this lesson. Stay honest, stay courageous, and most of all, stay true to yourself. Bye for now.